When I was in sixth grade, I used to make my own T-shirts. No digital tools. Everything was very, very manual. I had papers, scissors, ink. I would press the design onto the plain shirt and then just leave it under the sun for a few hours. Why? Because I believe the sunlight made it last longer. Everything was so manual back then. But looking back now, those t-shirts weren't just clothes for me. They were one of my early masterpieces. Not because they were perfect, but because I made them with all intention, curiosity, and all of my soul. And now, in the age of I believe this is more than ever very, very important. Every human being is here to create their own masterpieces. Not just one masterpiece, but over and over again. Not to impress anybody, but to evolve our own self. My name is Theo Gritno. I've been spending more than 20 plus years, almost 25 years in the technology industry. I've worked more than a decade in Silicon Valley. I work for tech companies. I build startups. Now I lead Inspigo, an AI-driven learning company based in Jakarta, Indonesia. But before all of that, I've been a creator myself. And this idea, the masterpiece mindset, isn't just a talk for me. It's how I live. It's how I lead myself. When we create, whether it's a sketch or a song, a solution, a startup, whatever it is, something powerful happens inside of us. We learn how ideas become reality, how we discover what truly matters. And we grow. We grow in clarity, we grow in skill, we grow in courage. Harvard research shows that we retain up to 90% when we create things, compared to just 10% when we consume knowledge. So that's why creation isn't just self-expression, it's self-expansion. And this way of living, that's what I call the masterpiece mindset. Let's challenge the old idea of the word masterpiece. It's not only something that hangs in a museum or a gallery. It could be a podcast that helps someone feel seen, or even a campaign that brings clean water into small village, a short video that shifts someone's mindset, or even a daily ritual we as parents build trust within a family. If it transforms us and it touches others, that's what we call a masterpiece. So it doesn't have to, get a lot of millions of views or thousands of likes. It just needs to come from our heart, from our soul. Let's go a little bit deeper. Creating a masterpiece also means giving our best with our heart, our soul, our effort. Like how Borobudur was built, stone by stone, not just used for that generation, but to inspire other generations as well. So many different examples around the world, like the cathedrals of Europe, temples in Cambodia, Angkor, or Great Walls of China. Those weren't made overnight. Those were made with devotions, clarity, and legacy in mind. So when we create today, we create our own masterpiece in whatever form. We're not just making content, but we're leaving footprints of meaning. A masterpiece is something we can look back with pride. You should feel so proud that you've created that masterpiece. Something we'll want to tell our friends, maybe our children's, our grandchildren's. It sets a higher standard for ourselves. That's how we evolve as human beings. And in doing so, we inspire others as well. You know, 40,000 years ago, our ancestors painted stories on cave walls. 500 years ago, Leonardo da Vinci used brush and canvas. But nowadays, we use what? Pixels, code, prompts with AI. The tools evolve, but the mission doesn't change. We create something to make meaning. We're living in this fastest innovation wave in history. So fast. Every day there's new technology. Even McKinsey reports that 65% of the current tasks that we are doing at work, at school, could be automated with existing technology. It's not future technology, but existing technology. So, but here's what it cannot be automated. Our why, the reason why we create with meaning, our soul, our intention. So when we do things fast, speed shouldn't kill any meaning. But when we are disconnected with what we create, when there is no meaning, it's not a masterpiece anymore. So AI is a tool. AI can help us design magnificent logo, write a speech. Even me as a business owner, it can help me create business plan. But some people ask, if AI help, is it still really mine? Is it mine or is it AI? Here's my answer. AI is just a tool, is the brush. You're still the artist. AI is the co-pilot. You choose your own destination. Technology gives us power, but it doesn't tell us how to use it. We drive the technology. So nowadays you can write a song with AI, but only you know the meaning or the story behind that. The TED Talk that changed your life, you don't remember the slides or the font, the illustration. What we remember is how it made you feel, how it changed your life, how it changes your perception. So the real question is not about is it made by a human or a machine, but did it move you? Did it change you? Did it open your mind? So I want to talk about imagination. Imagination is not just for childhood, and it's not just for artists. It's a skill. It's a skill that we can learn, that it can be trained, and everybody needs this imagination skill. In fact, the World Economic Forum ranks creativity, originality, and initiative in the top 3 skills for the future of work. So AI doesn't replace imagination. It becomes our gym where we exercise every day, we strengthen it. Before we could imagine changing the world, we can prototype it with AI. Of course, we need to put our heart and soul as well. So the masterpiece mindset in action. This is not about choosing between AI or humanity. It's about fusing them, combining them. The best work in this AI era is when we can do it as fast as AI, or also soulful, when it's like when we do painting or handwritten letter, everything is soulful. And of course, as bold as our imagination. So imagination is a key in this AI era. Everything anchored in clarity. So clarity is also a key when we create our own masterpiece. So it's not about technology or truth. It's about technology with truth. That's where mastery lives. That's where your masterpiece begins. Across the world, people are already using this type of mindset. I've read a 15-year-old in India built an AI chatbot to fight school bullying. In Indonesia, I was in Bali a few weeks ago. There's a university student in Bali use AI to preserve indigenous knowledge. And I read a mom in New York wrote their bedtime stories using AI to bond with her kids. So it's far more personal. And a retiree in Japan turned his memories into visual arts with the help of AI. So different people, different stories, same spirit, using technology, but they're using their soul as well. We spend nearly about 7 hours a day consuming digital content based on data reportal 2024. But what if out of the 7 hours, we just use this 30 minutes to create something, to write something, to sketch something, to create or to say something that we can only say. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's not going to work, for the first attempt. But the point is not perfection. The point is not popularity. The point is to transform our own selves. So every act of creation changes us internally. It makes us braver, clearer, more alive. Even no one sees it, you will feel it. Because when you create with soul, you're not just shaping your work, you're shaping your identity. This is what I call being a power human. Not a superhuman, but deeply human. In this AI era, we are questions. What is human? Right? So the more we do this, the more awake, the more aligned, the more empowered we will be. So what if the future isn't about keeping up with AI? What if the future is about becoming more human than ever? More intentional, more imaginative, more alive. You don't need any permission to do all that. You don't need to be perfect as well. All you need is just start. Because every time you create with soul, you're not just making something, but you're becoming someone and you're becoming your own hero. And the world needs your masterpieces. Thank you.